Hello my dear learners, publish or perish. I think you must have heard about this phrase, right? So in this video I am going to discuss about how to publish a research article in a ranked journal from your graduate, undergraduate or PhD thesis very quickly. So without further delay, let's get started.
Welcome to my channel Dr. Munshi Nasser Skill Tone. In my channel, I try to highlight different skills, the skills that matter for your career. These mostly are data science, machine learning with economics and business, life skills, educational how-to, questions and many more. If you like my effort, do subscribe my channel.
Now, after the introduction, my dear learners, I am going to tell you during the whole video, listen very carefully, 3 important smart steps to follow in order to publish your article very quickly in a good reputed ranked journal. So, don't skip the video. Please watch the whole video to understand what I am trying to share with you. Now, in order to start a research article publication, whether you are in undergraduate students or graduate students or PhD thesis students, you need to identify first and the foremost important thing is to research problem identification. Without research problem identification, you cannot publish a good research article. And how do you know the research problem? Let's take an example. For example, in our microeconomics or macroeconomics cases, sometimes students go and write down that the unemployment problem of Bangladesh or India or UAE, right? So don't write that elaborate or very big domain starting when you are doing your research. Make it narrow it down. For example, unemployment rate has a different types, right? Let's start with one of that type. For example, how to investigate the cyclic unemployment in Bangladesh or India or UAE, or for example in USA. So make a comparative study of a cyclic unemployment. I am trying to say that try to narrow down your research so that you can publish and you can make a very genuine contribution to your literature review. Okay, now talking about literature review, you understand my dear learners, in my previous videos I have shown you literature review is the foundation of any research article, and I have shown you in our MaxQDA and NVivo software application how you can quickly do your research using the literature review survey with the help of those softwares. So in order to find a good research gap or research problem to solve any business issue or societal problem, you need to go to the literature to search and find out what are the things that have done earlier and what is missing currently which you can address for your research article. So literature review is one of the most important part of any research article writing. And after identifying, my dear learners, even if the topic is conventional or old, you may publish the whole article with the conventional or old topic by applying a cutting edge methodology. My dear learners, cutting edge methodology is very important because you need to understand that your article is going to sell somebody, right? Like publisher will sell your article to the research community and people will buy your article in order to read. Different universities subscribing your journal to read your article. So if it is not sellable, then how can it will be a publishable article for the community? I'm not going to say that you need to always think about sellable content first, but you need to understand, you need to reach to the greater community of the research, and by sellable I'm saying that you make a significant contribution or at least a very important contribution to your article so that people will buy your article and read. And that is the reason why you need to always remember that you need to publish in a good ranked journal. Now, my dear learners, after identifying your research gap from the literature review, you need to understand that you need to apply the research methodology, the cutting edge methodology to publish your article even if it is a conventional topic. Now, in order to know the cutting edge methodology, you need to keep updating yourself, looking at the other articles where you are thinking to publish in a particular journal. So you look at that particular journal, find out the existing methodology that the other authors used, and search which method or new idea that you can apply to your article. And always remember, my dear learners, first identify the journal, then look at the aims and scope, then follow the guideline of the author, and then you start editing your whole paper. Don't just edit in a general and then search for journal, because your particular domain may fall under a specific journal domain or aims and scope. So in order to understand in which journal you are going to publish your article. So therefore, my dear learners, I would like to share one of my article that I have published in 2012 from my PhD thesis, during my PhD thesis, and it was by my own. I mean, there was no co-author, but it was the first very good journal publication by my own contribution, and I would like to share with you that article so that you understand that what are the steps you should follow, how to find out the research gap, as well as the 3 key smart steps to publish your article very quickly. So let's get to the computer and look at my article to demonstrate how you can follow and publish it in a very quick time.
Okay, my dear learners, now I am demonstrating with the article that I have published in International Review of Applied Economics in 2012, and by looking at the title, An Empirical Investigation of the National Innovation System, the first smart move to publish an article is to make an attractive title. My dear learners, it is immensely important that you have an attractive title. For instance, in this particular case, you can see that I mention what type of paper I am going to write. This is an empirical study. I mean, it's an empirical study, an empirical analysis. It's not a theoretical or any other other study or analysis. It is just the empirical study, whether it is a quantitative or qualitative. So I mention it specifically, this is an empirical investigation. Then what type of domain I am working on? The National Innovation System is my domain, so I mentioned that in very specific way. And then I said I use data envelopment analysis, this methodology, and this is a very interesting and cutting edge methodology during that time when I published my article in 2012. So my dear learners, the first smart move is to publish before you publish or before you write any article. In order to do very good move of the writing and publishing article, you need to select a very smart and attractive and of course a very explanatory title of your article. So by doing that, you can hook the viewers, the journal readers, that yes, there is something in this particular article, and then they will go from there. Otherwise, if your title is very lame, then nobody will read your article in a more constructive way. Now, the next important part is to see and check the journal guideline and format. Now, basically what we do, we write the article and then look for journals, right? In my opinion, first look for journal, and then you go and check the journal author guideline and the aims and scope of that particular journal, because you are targeting a certain field of publication. So why don't you start searching the specific journal where you would like to send your article, and according to the guideline and scope, you can write down the format and editing of your article. Those are journal guidelines. So I followed the International Review of Applied Economics, which is published from Taylor and Francis, SCOPUS Index and ISI Web of Science Index journal. So this is the guideline that I have followed. Like for example, the abstract, the Emerald and other Index Science publication have their own way of writing the abstract. So in this case, I followed the Taylor and Francis writing the abstract. So you should follow that. And then you put the keywords, GEL classifications, and then introduction. In the introduction, I would like to give a little bit of emphasis that you first set up your platform, that where and what you would like to investigate in this particular article. What I have done, I start my article with the definition of what National Innovation System means. My dear learners, for a non-technical reader who does not know about National Innovation System, and if you assume that they know the National Innovation System, what does it mean and how it works, it is wrong way of thinking. Instead of thinking that you should thought that nobody understand national innovation system, and you are here to discuss the national innovation system in a way that non-technical people can understand, and therefore you start giving an information like defining what national innovation system, which I did in my article with referencing. Okay, once you made the platform, then next you have to say what is the gap existing. Like for example, in these two paragraph, like NIS have been used as a framework for clustering strategy, and previously Farman Porter strength, these two articles set up the gap. So I did not put a lot of information about literature review and all that, because I have a section of literature review later on or later part of the article, so I did not go for detail, but some part of the context I put in these two paragraphs in order to show that there are some gap available. And in the third and final paragraph, I mentioned that after observing existing NIS literature, and which I mentioned in Appendix 1 in a more detailed way, as I said, literature review section, we believe that there is still much room for further improvement. Here you can see that I mentioned purposely that there is a room for still publication opportunity for NIS scope. So therefore, we need to fill this gap. We need to fill this gap for empirical studies and NIS, and how we can do that? We using non-parametric bootstrapping. During that time, that was the cutting edge methodology in 2012. So by setting up this type of introduction and write up, that can attract the readers very easily, and then followed by that you set your research design and methodology like theoretical modeling, and then you can go for empirical analysis by applying the model that you are talking about, which is of course different to authors, and you can put your indicators like variable name, proxy, abbreviation, short form, and where is the source of your variable or the data source. You can mention that as well in your variable selection or research methodology part or sections, data and variable sections. Then in section 4 you have to go results and discussions. So start with the introduction, then set up your theoretical understanding, then go for methodology, I mean empirical methodology, then you test the model or any type of study that you are going to test, use that like qualitative or quantitative, and then after testing, put the results and discussion in section 4, and you try to explain your results and discussion as much detail as possible, because not everybody understand what you are doing. So you need to do that very very clearly in order to put researchers there is no confusion about what you are talking about. And finally you write concluding remarks, and remember my dear learners, put the single contribution that you make in this particular article, write down that particular contribution, because everybody wants to know, is there any significant contribution you are making by writing this article? If there is no significant contribution or there is no important contribution, there is no point of writing or point of publishing your article. So these are some smart moves, and now there are another two smart moves that I would like to share with you, which will help you to publish your article very quickly. Now, the second article, which recently we published, a panel investigation of the triple helix, quadruple helix relationship in ASEAN 5 economics. My dear learners, as you are a beginner, some journal, very good journal, may not accept your article straight away. So the best way to publish your article in a very earlier stage, you should collaborate with other authors, make an interdisciplinary and inter-university collaboration. Very important, my dear learners, interdisciplinary and inter-university collaboration. For example, in this case, I am from one of the university here, Datuk Dr. Qasim bin Hajai MD Mansoor from Malaysia, and then Shamim Siddiqui from United Arab Emirates, and Jhalok Gop from Bangladesh. So all these 4 authors are from 4 different regions, 4 different universities, and 4 different fields. So they are come together writing the one article. So this article can be sellable to this particular journal to particularly 4 countries, 4 different subject areas, and 4 different networks. So there is a maximization of articles visualization to the greater research community from the journal's point of view. You need to understand that. So at an early stage, you start collaborating with your peers who are working in different other universities and collaborating with the interdisciplinary research. Okay, so this is the very second smart move to publish your article. And finally, my dear learners, for example, what we are writing about. This is the Journal of Innovation, Economics and Management, one of the top journal in this particular field from France, published, and it is Scopus Index Journal. When you are publishing in a certain journal, please cite one or two articles from that particular journal. For example, for my case, I cite one or two articles from this journal in my research. Why? Because then the the editors will understand that you are recognizing and acknowledging their previous article publication, and you are also acknowledging their journal, and you know that if you cite, the journal impact factor will go up. So therefore you are helping the journal to grow well, and this is a very good start point, because journal editor will be impressed that you are helping journal to grow well. So this is one of the other smart move. So if you follow my steps, collaborating, interdisciplinary, inter-university, and citing articles from where you are planning to submit, and following the steps that I mentioned about finding the research gap, all these things will help you to publish your article very, very quickly. And of course, finally, you need to showcase your article where you want to publish. For example, ORCID is one of the best way to connect research and researchers. I have my own ORCID ID. You can see the ORCID ID here, and then I have my own Scopus author ID, which I strongly recommend you to do that. And then you see I have 59 publications, so you can put your publications in this. It is a very nice way of showcasing your achievements. People can go and check the ORCID ID and look at what you have done so far. So it is a very good way when you are publishing, and the publication system will ask you to put the ORCID ID. Please give this ID and people can view your public version of your achievements. In addition to that, you need to create your Google Scholar account, because everybody will see how many citations you have, what is the H index do you have, and all this information that you put in the Google Scholar can be visible to the public. And the editor, if they wish to check whether you are a very good researcher or not, they can always look. For early researcher, you may not have this kind of impression, but you should always start with the Google Scholar account. And another one is the ResearchGate account. I strongly recommend you to create a ResearchGate account at the very beginning, even if you are publishing preprint, which you can do by ResearchGate platform. You should do that. Like for example, add a preprint to your profile. That can also impress other researchers that yes, this guy has some potential to publish quality articles. So this is what you do in order to visualize your achievement, showcasing your achievement in front of the people and the greater research community. And by doing that, my dear learners, I can assure you, hopefully you will publish a very good journal in no time. And with that note, thank you so much for being with me in this particular video. Hopefully you will share, subscribe, and be with me for the next tutorial. I will show you how to write a good research article using R Markdown and LaTeX format, which of course is a very good way of editing and formatting your article in a very smart way. And of course, please do not plagiarize. Plagiarization is a crime, so try to avoid the plagiarization by using the plagiarizing software to check and remove all the duplicacy and similarity from your article before you send your article to a good reputed journal. Thank you so much. Stay well, stay fine, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.